Hey Trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXT Track Time. Trackies, please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Now Trackies, this is a very interesting video. Why? Because I'm going to be looking at our women's 4x100 meters and our chances of, winning gold at this year's World Championships. We're a little bit down that we didn't win the gold last season considering, the team that we had put together. But you know what? This time around is another shot, another opportunity for our team to land gold, trackies. So I'm excited to one, take a look at our Heat team, and two, take a look at obviously the final team. Now this year, we also take four, to represent Jamaica individually in the event. But this time around, trackies, I do believe that we can send 8 athletes to rep Jamaica in the women's 4x100 meter relays, which means that trackies we'll have one set run in the heat, let everybody else do their individual duties. That is more important. And then of course when finals comes around, trackies, those athletes will be able to take to the track and run in the final, and obviously in my opinion land gold for Jamaica. Now I'm going to take a look at the team structure that I believe would be best to get the best results for Jamaica. And of course you all can tell me in the comment section below whether or not you agree, or what you think the lineup should be. Now, trackies, again, I did say I believe that we can, send 8 this time. So four in the heat and a separate four in the final. Now the four that I'm looking towards in the heat is Brianna Williams, Elaine Thompson Hira, Ashanti Moore, and Alana Reed. Yes, the junior. Trackies, I talked about it before and I said, you know what? After this World Championships, Alana will be called World dash dash dash. So let me just add gold. World, gold medalist this season. Absolutely amazing for an athlete that has just turned pro to already have such an achievement. No, it hasn't happened yet, but I'm clearly speaking it into being. Now, trackies, as it relates to Elaine Thompson Hira, I see a lot of persons trying to make her the outcast by telling her, oh, an athlete of your caliber shouldn't run the relays. I wonder why. Elaine, please do not let anybody shame you into you thinking that, you're not, qualified to run the relay. You made the team. Please take up your spot and run in the relay. Do not let anybody put you on, team outcast over there, because it seems as though that is what a lot of people are trying to do. You earned your spot running the relay. The relay is just as good, as it relates to, earning a medal like the individual team. Now with that said, trackies, I'm expecting Elaine to take up her spot on the team to the World Championships to run in the relay. And again, she has a little bit over a month. Yeah, a little bit over a month to get fully prepared. Also, trackies, she, is cited as saying most recently on her, Instagram that look here, I've only had 2 solid weeks of training and I got this close to making the team. So, that bodes well, for what we should expect for her in the future. But for now, the relays is where it is and I want you to go. So go. Now, with that said, the team. Let's start with Brianna Williams, trackies. She's a magnificent starter, so clearly I'm gonna slot her onto the lead off leg. But not only that, trackies, she's been working on her top end, the end of her race, that final 60 trackies. She's gotten much better this season, and only in a season, trackies, this year. So should be a bigger, better Brianna that lines up on the start leg for Jamaica. I'm absolutely excited to see what she does here. I'm thinking back to what happened to her at the trials and the finals. Not such a good start, which I, attribute to her being on the outside, but her run back trackies was amazing and she almost made the team, which means that for Brianna, I'm getting, somebody that can really carry the baton for longer on that first leg. They always say the first leg is the longest. Trackies, well, guess what? Brianna is solid right there, in my opinion. Now, as it relates to the backstretch, I'm clearly not going to put Elaine Thompson here right there because I've never really liked her on the backstretch. Anyway, so who I'm putting there? Actually, Alana Reed. I've watched her run against, Serena Cole, absolutely phenomenal athlete. So I'm putting her on the backstretch. Again, track is the time so far 11:01 to 11:10. I think, again, that's a solid 2 rounds there for athletes. The person I'm putting on the third leg, sorry, is Ashanti Moore. Now, Ashanti Moore, is also a solid 200-meter runner, which means that she's a good bend runner, right? Track is, so I'm gonna put her there at and again, she's run a personal best 11:06 this season, so I put her squarely on the third leg, right after Brianna and Alana. Next up, clearly only one person is left, Elaine Thompson Hira. I have her taking home the baton on the anchor leg. Now again, for me personally, I like Elaine on the third leg, or the anchor in this case, because we have an Ashanti Moore that is also somebody that's good enough to run that third leg. I'm going to put Elaine on the anchor in this case. Track is anyway. What do you think about the first round? Based on the time track is, it's 11:01, between 11:01 and 11:10. To me, that is competent enough to make a finals. I don't see anybody else across the world that can string together a team, save USA, and I'm talking about a tier two team that is much faster than Jamaica's team. Then when I look at the best teams, their tier one team, it's not much faster than this anyway. So personally, I believe that this team is strong enough to take a winning semifinal slot into the finals. Again, America can also slot four different girls into the semi, but they won't be much faster. It's in and around the same time track is that these athletes are running so far this season. So this for me is a solid heat team for Jamaica. Let's take a look at the finals. The team that I expect to take home gold. Now, going in, I did a video previously talking about how we needed practice, and I'm glad that there are different clubs across Jamaica, so that there's no stranglehold on sprinting in Jamaica. Well, you see, it seems a certain club had something else in mind, because they certainly came out this time around and whopped a couple spots on the team. So as it relates to getting some practice in track is, I honestly don't know. I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm hoping that it can happen. I want to see us work together as a team and get this done. So hopefully, the girls can get a week and do something and string together some button passing and see how it go. Right, but anyway, to the finals. So we have Shelly-Ann Fraser Price. Track is, again, she has her bye in the 100, so she's automatically slotted in this final. Then we have Sherika Jackson, we have Shasha Lee Forbes, and we have Natasha Morrison. How do I construct this team? All right, Trackies. Off the bat, I'm going to put Natasha Morrison on the first leg. Why am I putting Natasha Morrison on the first leg? Because honestly, I've watched her on the backstretch numerous times. I've liked her on the backstretch, but unfortunately, there's someone else I prefer on the backstretch right now. She's a very good starter herself, so I'm starting her right on the first leg. That's where I'm putting Natasha Morrison track is. So you tell me who you'd put where. Next person I'm putting up is Shelly-Ann Fraser Price. I've been screaming this from atop a hill, from I don't know when, from that kingdom come, to put Shelly on the back stretch. So I'm hoping this time around Shelly is slotted squarely on the back stretch. Now, track is, after Shelly being squarely slotted on the back stretch, and I'm expecting Shelly to be, in close 1060 shape, similar to what Sharika is doing. Now, for me personally, track is, when I've watched a lot of relays, the leg. The race is either won or lost, on that leg. So it depends on how much you can gain on that leg, or keeping up, with the rest of your competition on that leg. So for me personally, I believe Shelly can gap the field on that leg and give Jamaica a lead going into the third leg, right? So again, I put Shelly squarely on the second leg. My next leg is the third leg, Sasha Lee Forbes. I put her squarely there. Trackies, I remember when she ran that third leg. I don't remember which meet it was. It probably was Bermuda, the one where she ran that personal best trackies in the 100 meters. I remember looking at her on that leg, and I'm like, a fast time is coming in the finals trackies. And so said, so done. She was able to dip below, 11 seconds for the first time, which was a fantastic run for Shasha Lee. So based on that run trackies that I saw from her and how she ran that bend, she's also, a competent 200-meter runner. I would squarely put her on that third leg. So obviously that leaves the anchor for Sherika Jackson. Right now, I don't see any fuss as it relates to, anybody potentially being remotely close to Sharika, and that anchor. But let's say she is. Let's say the lead that Shelly gave is not as big as I'm expecting, right? Going into, Sasha Lee Forbes running. Again, Sharika getting it, a 10.65 athlete this season. That's competent enough to me to mitigate any issues. Meaning, say, if we have to run down somebody slightly, then we can run them down. You know what I mean? Or if we're already leading, then there's nobody that's going to run down Sharika and pass her out, right? So that is my team for gold. I definitely think this team can wipe America clean. You understand what I'm saying? Obviously, we want gold. So yes, and our biggest competition is America. So yeah, they're the ones we want to defeat. So yeah, I definitely think this team can wipe them out. You tell me though, Chuck is in the comment section. What do you think about the team? How would you construct it if you don't agree with me? Sound off in the comment section below. And as usual, Chuck is like the video and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.